Alright, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TEW Local to Global 1987. We're back with some GCW, and let's get straight into Saturday Night's Wrestling. Let's get into our problems, RVD dealing with the backstage, and let's go straight to the Great Lakes, trying to grow our popularity once again. Popularity is pretty good. Tri-State's doing pretty well. So last episode we had the first ever no love lost. Down on attendance. But the show was better. So that's good. We're almost hitting 100,000 viewers. The highest we've gotten is 98,170 it looks like. So hopefully this episode we can hit 100,000 viewers. Okay, so Meng attacked Sting. Shane Douglas lost the World Heavyweight Championship. Hollywood Blondes won the Tag Team Championships. Eddie Guerrero defeated Rey Mysterio. Candido joined franchise. And yeah, okay. So first, we're going to cut a promo with Shane Douglas. And J.J. Dillon's going to come out. So Shane Douglas, promo. J.J. Dillon comes out. That's going to be 10 minutes. We're going to have Sting cut a backstage promo. It's going to talk about Meng's attack. Make that 5 minutes. We're going to get the Hollywood Blondes to cut a backstage promo. No, you know what? We're going to have the Hollywood Blondes in the main event tonight. Main event tonight is going to be the Hollywood Blondes as they face off against the Armed Forces. It's going to be an 8-minute match, and it's going to be for the World Tag Team Championships. Brian Pillman's going to go over. After that match, we're going to have Brian Pillman and Stunning Steve Austin be attacked by Dan Severn, Kama Mustafa, and Steve Blackman. Team MMA. Now, do I put Steve Blackman on Menace? Yes, I do. It's going to be a major success for everybody. So, Team MMA beat down the Hollywood Blondes. And this episode, we have another special big event. Championship Wrestling is again this episode. And I don't remember which one we're on. We're on 163. Okay. Which means this episode, we're going to have 2 Saturday Night's Wrestling, and we're going to have the Championship Wrestling show as well. Trying to get our money up as fast as possible. It's going to be 5 minutes for Dustin. And then we're going to have Eddie Guerrero in a match. He's going to face off against Aldo Montoya. Give them 10 minutes, and we can put the Cruiserweight Championship on the line as Eddie Guerrero going to retain the title. It's going to go right there, and we can put one more match on the card. Let's see, who can we build up? Rhodey, Scott Norton, Dave Finley, Doomsday, Fatu, Alex Wright. I want to build up Alex Wright. So we're going to do Alex Wright versus... Let's do Al Snow. Haven't used Al Snow in a bit. And put that right there. Let's run the show. So Shane Douglas opens the show. He's got a microphone. He is fuming. He is furious that he lost against Sting. And he challenges the Icon, the World Heavyweight Champion, the first ever 3-time World Champion. He challenges him to a rematch at Championship Wrestling, and out comes James J. Dillon, the commissioner of GCW, and he says, Shane, you've been a pain in the ass recently, and I know usually you get a rematch, but since you've complained so much, I think you're going to have to earn that rematch. So to get a rematch against Sting, you're going to have to face off against a mystery opponent at Championship Wrestling, and if you win, you get to face Sting at March Massacre. And Shane Douglas agrees, and he will face off against Sting if he wins against this mystery opponent at Championship Wrestling. So let's get into the next segment. Alex Wright defeats Al Snow in 7:47 by submission with an STF. Good. So we have Dustin Rhodes backstage, and he challenges Chris Candido to a rematch. That rematch will take place at Championship Wrestling. So we're going to see what Candido has to say about that. Get a 70. Eddie Guerrero defeats Aldo Montoya. 948. Not too much to say over there, but decent match. Sting is backstage, and he's happy that he's the first ever 3-time champion. He's happy about that, but he's angry about one thing, and that's Meng's attack after the match. So Sting challenges Meng to a match, and they'll face off at Championship Wrestling for the World Heavyweight Championship. 76. Main event contest, the Hollywood Blondes retained the Tag Team Championships in 821 when Brian Pillman defeated General Riggs by submission with a crucifix armbar. So 78 for Austin, 77 for Pillman, 939 for Cobra, and 33 for General Riggs. 73. After the match, Team MMA beats down Brian Pillman and stunning Steve Austin. And we end the show with a 72, improving our popularity in 3 regions. As normal, that's going to be Tri-States, Great Lakes, and Mid-South. Okay, Al Snow booking complaint. I haven't used it in like a while. So Chavo Guerrero, welcome to the company. So he's an opener. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off Eddie Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero as a tag team. And it's probably time I change Eddie's picture, right? What does Eddie Guerrero have in terms of picture? 98, 91, 85. So Guerrero in 94. I'm not gonna lie, he still looked like this. So we're gonna keep him look like that for a bit. Alright, let's sim to the next episode of Saturday Night's Wrestling right now. Second episode of Saturday Night's Wrestling for this episode. Let's get straight to it. We're gonna go back to the Great Lakes. Grew to popularity 28. Let's see where we're at. 32 in the Mid-South, 28 in Great Lakes, 24 in the Mid-Atlantic, and 24 in New England. I don't remember where I need to be to get the 5 coverage broadcasters, where I'm going to check that just after booking Saturday Night's Wrestling. Let's get straight to it. We're going to start off with a Shane Douglas backstage promo. It's going to be 5 minutes. Let's book the main event. Main event's going to be Mike Awesome. He's going to face off against Meng. It's going to be 15 minutes with Meng getting the victory. There will be interference, however, from Sting. The Stinger. We're going to have Team MMA come to cut a backstage promo. Okay, it's going to be 5 minutes. We're going to have Chris Candido cut a backstage promo. He's going to accept Dustin Rhodes challenge. And then we're going to have a singles match. It'll be Eddie Guerrero facing off against Chris Jericho. Get a 13-minute match, going to be for the Cruiserweight Championship with Eddie getting the victory. And after the match, Eddie Guerrero is going to introduce his nephew, Chavo. Nephew, Chavo Guerrero Jr. 6 minutes. And we're going to have an interference in the Chris Jericho-Eddie Guerrero match from Chavo. Okay, we're going to hire a local talent to be a jobber. So we're going to get Johnny Stewart. Can he be a face? Okay, who can be a baby face? Sonny Rogers? Sure. Sonny Rogers. He's going to face off against the Intercontinental Champion Chris Candido, and in 2 minutes, Candido will dominate him. Let's get Ahmed Johnson in a match. Ahmed Johnson's going to face off against Ice Train. I don't know why Ice Train's an upper mid-carder, but like I'm very happy to have him as in the tag team division with Scott Norton, but I don't know. Speaking of Scott Norton, I think I'm going to put him in a pre-show match. See face-off against Kona Crush. 6, and Scott Norton gets the victory. Let's run the show. So pre-show match. Terrible. Oh well. Let's get straight into the show. Eddie Guerrero opens the show with a victory over Chris Jericho. Makes defense number 7 of the Cruiserweight Championship. Chavo Guerrero helped Eddie get the victory, and after the match, Eddie introduces his nephew, Chavo Guerrero Jr. They team up in a tag team match this Sunday at Championship Wrestling as they face off against Chris Jericho and a mystery partner. No, I'm not going to have them face off. I was going to say Lance Storm, but just remember their chemistry doesn't work. So we're going to do Eddie Guerrero and Chavo versus the Smoking Guns. Why not? Candido defeats Sonny Rogers, squash match, and after the match, Chris Candido grabs a microphone and he accepts Dustin Rhodes' challenge under one condition, that Dustin must wrestle the match with one hand tied behind his back. So Candido accepts the handicap as we see Chris Candido versus Dustin Rhodes, with Rhodes being one-handed. Gets a 44. Dan Severn, Kama Mustafa, Steve Blackman, Team MMA with a backstage promo, and they say that wrestling is dirty. It's a filthy sport. It's nothing. They want to move to an era of pure destruction and abolish the pro wrestling nature of GCW and move to a pure sport. MMA is coming to GCW, and they are the messiahs of the new future. So 60. Ahmed Johnson with a victory over Ice Train in 5'11". Not much, 43. Shane Douglas with a backstage promo. He basically just says it doesn't matter who he's facing. He can face anybody. Shane Douglas is going to be victorious. He proved everybody wrong, winning the World Heavyweight Championship against Sting at Revolution, and now he's going to prove all the haters wrong as he defeats the mystery opponent this Sunday at Championship Wrestling and defeats Sting at March Massacre. Claims back his title. 69. And we move to the main event. Meng defeats Mike Awesome in 15-19 by submission with a Tongan death grip after Sting ran in and attacked Meng during the match. So gets an 81. Meng versus Sting. We're pretty consistent with the show ratings for Saturday nights. Another 72. So yeah, we're pretty consistent apart from this 66 over here, but that's just because we had Ventura versus DDP in the main event. Alright, we're going to sim to Championship Wrestling, and we're going to do what I normally do, just show you the results. First, let's tweak it. Let's change Mr. Mysterio's gimmick. Sure. Alright, let's sim to Championship Wrestling. Alright, let's get straight into the results of Championship Wrestling. We start off with a pre-show match. Lance Storm defeats Marcus Bagwell in 9:44 by submission with a Canadian Maple Leaf sellout, by the way. 84 for Lance Storm, 60 for Marcus Bagwell, ends with an 80. Let's open the show. So Team MMA come out and they cut a promo on the Hollywood Blondes. They say that they went after Brian Pillman and Steve Austin because Austin and Pillman are like the heart and soul of GCW. They are what brings life to this company. So they want to start destroying it from the middle as they rip out the heart and destroy the soul, crush it with their bare hands like their MMA powerhouse. And yeah, so out comes the Hollywood Blondes, and stunning Steve Austin will face off against Kama Mustafa right here, right now. And in superb match, Austin defeats Kama Mustafa in 8:06 by pinfall with a Thesz press. Austin 87, Kama with a 54 as we end with a 77. Next match, Eddie and Chavo debut as a tag team as they defeat the Smoking Guns in 10:16 when Chavo defeated Billy Gunn by submission. So Chavo with a 42, Eddie with an 82, Bart Gunn for 56, and Billy Gunn 50. Not bad. Their Smoking Guns are starting to get up there. 72. I believe next is the Intercontinental title match. Yes. Exceptional match. Candido defeats Dustin in 20-28 by pinfall following interference from Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Candido makes defense number 1 of the Intercontinental Championship. Candido with an 81, Dustin with a 90 as he improved in technical skill, and 80. Next up is the World Heavyweight Championship match. Only the GCW World title on the line because I forgot to put the other title on the line. Exceptional match. Sting defeats Meng in 1742 when Meng got disqualified after Barbarian ran in and attacked Sting. So Sting makes defense number 1 of the World Championship. Barbarian got an above-average gimmick, 94 for 94 for Sting and 72 for Meng. 87. Now out comes Shane Douglas, the former world champion, and he cuts a promo on this mystery opponent. He wonders who it is. And he's going to face off against them right now. It is Johnny Ace returning to GCW. Don't forget, a year ago, Shane Douglas defeated Johnny Ace, and Johnny was forced to leave GCW. Well, now he makes his return to the company. 84 for Johnny Ace in his return. 94 for Shane Douglas. Ends the show with a 93. And let's get straight to praising everybody. So that's how we end Championship Wrestling, with Johnny Ace victorious over Shane Douglas. Okay. Point 12. Did we get 100,000 viewers? No, we're not quite there yet. But we did make a profit, so that's nice. And we're slowly getting up there in popularity. Alright. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of GCW Local to Global. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you want more, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.